This is too shameful. This is just too shameful. Very, very shameful. I can't understand what I just witnessed. I don't have words to explain what I just witnessed in the game against Barcelona, Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. Atletico Madrid, that Barcelona has been defeating left, right, and center under the leadership of Hansi Flick. This is the same Atletico Madrid that destroyed Barcelona beyond words. When I watched the first half, that is the worst first half I've seen in modern football. And to come against one of your bitterest rivals is a problem. It's a problem because now you have a game against Madrid, which you think that since it's at new camp, you can easily win that game to stretch your lead, whichever, whenever the case is, or whatever the case may be, as at when that game will be played. So if Madrid can read this game properly and watch this game over and over again, how to defeat you is very, very easy. And the problem is that every goal they score Barcelona are similar. Just take the ball to the midfield, watch your player run towards the goalpost and release the ball in between. Then the player will just run onto the ball and score. It's very, very easy. The high line is too much. The high line is simply too much and it's unsustainable. Now, most of your football ideology we learned from Guardiola, because no matter how Hansi Flick becomes successful, he will never be as successful as Guardiola. So now Guardiola is one of his mentors. So now the same Guardiola that we are learning these football tactics and tricks from, Guardiola to play the high line, but not at all times. Normally, you are supposed to play the high line when you are in possession, when you are trying to break a team down. Then it's understandable for you to come outside of your 18 in order to have more bodies in the opposition half, in order to press everybody to submission so that the ball will easily be turned over to you in order to continue mounting pressure, in order to create advantages and chances that will lead to goal, which is understandable. But when the same opposition has possession, what do? You are supposed to drop back to your own half. Not that you still keep that high line, almost still in the opposition half. Is it not madness? Then that does not avail you opportunity to have counter tactics in order to stop the opposition from going toe to toe with your goalkeeper, or from going toe to toe with your defense. You grant them open access. So it's a problem. For instance, take the Guardiola team. If Guardiola team is attacking, everybody will keep a high line. So they will suffocate the opposition into submission in various places. Then when they are not with the ball, they drop down, they drop deep. That is the defender. They drop deep in order to understand what is coming at them. You have to see what is coming at you from afar so that you know how to react. It's simple. Now, you might say, as Hansi Flick, you have been a coach for the past how many years? But these mistakes are becoming too much. They are becoming too much. If you don't address them, there's no way Barcelona will win anything solid this season, because now the Copa del Rey, they are out of it. You cannot be so good that you tell me that you defeat Atletico Madrid 4-0 or 5-1 to take the game to extra time, leading to penalties. So I don't think that is an option. So now, what do you do? When you see that the ball has been trickled down to the midfield, or the ball is being held up by the attackers, or by the wingers, or by the left back or right back, what are you supposed to do as a defense, as a team that has defenders? You have to sprint back to cover your goalkeeper. But you will be trying to keep the attackers offside. And those offside, they can fail at any time because you are a human being. So your brain cannot be at alert at all times. That is one thing you must understand. They are not robots playing this game. You are a human being. These are not semi-automated robots that just touch a button and they will activate the offside rule. It doesn't work like that. So now, if you are being overwhelmed in the midfield, like they were overwhelmed in this midfield, Casado, by the way, was nowhere to be seen. He was bullied. He was shown why he's still a kid. Then what are you supposed to do? When you know that you are not with the ball, send this boy back. You cannot tell me that Kubasi and Eric Garcia are bad defenders. If these boys defend for Atletico Madrid, you will understand how good they are. Can't you see them when they are defending for the Spain national team? The Spain national team, they know when to press forward to keep that high line, and they know when to drop deep. So if you don't understand this basic rule as a coach, that all you care about, all you are concerned about is scoring goals, and you don't care how many they score you are not going to achieve anything. That was the same thing that worked against this same Barcelona in the semi-final in the Champions League last season. Because how can you concede 8 goals in the semi-final? You expect to move to the next round? Does that make sense? Now you've conceded 4 goals in the first leg of a Copa del Rey semi-final. Is it not bonkers? It's unheard of. It's an affront on football. Because normally, do the basics. Tell these boys to press, keep a high line when we are going for the ball. And when there is turnover at any point in time, you must return. Don't forget about keeping offside trap, because it will never always work. It does not always work. It will always be bypassing you easy, especially if you have pacey attackers. And look at Julian Alvarez that have not scored in 16 games, only for Barcelona to give him opportunity to bounce back. Look at Ademola Lookman. You're making Ademola Lookman look like prime Neymar. Look at the own goal by Garcia. I can't blame Garcia, because this is the first error he has made since Barcelona signed him. So as a human, you must make error. So that one is not an excuse. If it was only that error and Barcelona decided to get themselves back together and played like a normal team, they would have conceded 4 and would have helped their cause for the second leg. But look at how they collapsed totally. If you meet Barcelona, if you meet Arsenal, or you meet even PSG that have not been up to par in the Champions League, they will beat this Barcelona side both home and away if nothing is done. Because no matter the defenders you get, the problem with the football team is not the personnel that are playing the positions, the defensive position. It's the system. The system is too high risk, high reward. The risks are just too numerous. They are too much. So if you don't minimize those risks, no matter who you bring, they won't be able to do anything to show this Barcelona's backline. Never. So the only solution is to know when to keep that high line and know when to drop deep and cover the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, this Joan Garcia has been Barcelona's best player, Lamine Yamal. He has been Barcelona's best player because he has stopped many balls from going into the net alone, because they have easily bypassed the defenders there, and he was always standing tall. So to make just one single mistake in this game, I can never blame him. He's human too, and humans are allowed to make mistakes. So the problem with this Barcelona side now is simple and singular. Simple and singular. Know when to keep that high line if you must, and know when to drop deep to cover up for that goalkeeper before you people kill him. And if you people are always relying on him, he will quickly fall out of form. That is one thing. He will quickly fall out of form because the barrage of shot that he's facing per game is too much. It's too much, and it's just a human being. So it's too much. Barcelona needs to do something. And Flick needs to do something. If not, you can never win any serious competition with this type of performance. You can never win the Champions League with this type of performance, because these are the type of games that the Champions League teams love. If they know that this is how you play, they'll just set up a low block. When you are trying to break them down, they will hit you on numerous counter. Before you know, inside 30-something minutes, Barcelona were 4-0 down. That was how bad they were. Just imagine. So you need to eradicate this rubbish. Guardiola does not operate like this. You will still score goals. You don't need to go and sit in the opposition half and sleep there. Then instead of you to now track back, you will now be trying to keep them offside. It doesn't work. Please, do something. Do something.